My name is Princess and I'm the creator of the Mom and Me blog. I want to share with you a few tips that'll help you garden through the fall. So one important tip is you want to use something like this, which is a frost protection bag that you can put over your fruit trees or your berry bushes to keep them from freezing and dying through the cold weather. This is because you want your plants to come back strong and healthy in the spring and summer. Another thing that you can use to protect your plants, especially if you're planting root crops like onions and garlic, you want to use a type of mulch to protect them from freezing over. So you can use something like easy straw and just put about an inch or two layer on top of your root crops to keep them protected from freezing over. Now is the time to pull up all of your summer plants and amend and refresh the soil in your garden so that your new veggies for the fall and winter, if you're planting in the winter as well, can have all the nutrients they need to grow. Because when your plants are growing in the summer, they're taking up all the nutrients from that soil and all that good stuff that the new plants will need when you plant them. So you can use things like compost, worm castings, or if you want to, you can actually buy new bags of soil and just add them and mix them in with the soil that's already there. If you don't have a compost bin, now is the perfect time to start. This gives your compost enough time to break down so it'll be ready to use in the spring for your new spring and summer plants. So you can add things like tea leaves, eggshells, but I would crush those up because whole eggshells take a very long time to break down. You can use things like banana peels, paper towels, and things like that to add to your compost bin. Another important tip you want to remember is to not prune any of your fruit trees or your berry bushes or anything like that. When you prune them before the frost comes, it can actually leave your plant vulnerable for all kinds of diseases and things like that. So you want to wait until the springtime when the weather is warmer to go ahead and prune all of your plants. Now, I need to prune my pear tree because it is grown crazy and all these side branches that we really don't want or need. So I'm going to leave those there until the springtime, and once the spring comes, then they'll be gone and we'll get rid of those because they're kind of in the way. Another important tip, if you have a rain barrel, make sure that it is empty before your frost comes, and if you can, keep it empty throughout the cold season, because what can happen is they can actually bust because when water freezes, it expands. So you don't want your rain barrel to crack open and then you'll have to buy another one, and nobody wants that to do with that. So yeah, keep your rain barrel empty and it'll stay intact. Greenhouses. Now, if you have a greenhouse and you want to know how to heat your greenhouse, there are many different ways to do that, but I like using one method because I know it works. Before I talk about that, you can let the sun heat the greenhouse during the day, but nighttime temperatures is what's important because your greenhouse can be just as cold on the inside of the greenhouse as it is outside. So you want to have something in the greenhouse that'll keep it warm during the night. So what I like to use is a small portable heater. I use an extension cord on the side of the house, and I have it trailing all the way to the greenhouse, and I have the heater in the corner on top of some paving stones. That way it's not on the floor, and then it keeps the greenhouse heated throughout the night. And during the day I turn it off, or actually it has an automatic timer, so it turns off by itself once it reaches about 70 to 75 degrees, and if it gets below that, then it turns on automatically. So my greenhouse usually stays between 65 and 75 degrees. I hope these tips will help you garden through the fall. Happy gardening.